She's going to beg. She's going to say, please forgive me, please, just give me one more chance. But here's the cold reality. We don't really want the man who forgives us after we've crossed a line. We say we do, but deep down, we respect the man who looks us dead in the eye and says, you had your chance. I wish you the best. Goodbye. That's the man who walks away with our respect. Now I want you to sit back and really think why. Do some men effortlessly get obsessive respect from women while others are constantly tested, doubted, ignored, or worse, disrespected in silence? It's not money. It's not looks, it's not smooth lines or confident swagger. It's something deeper, something unspoken. It's boundaries. The boundaries most guys are too afraid to set, the ones women secretly crave. Because here's the harsh truth. The moment you become a man without boundaries, you become a man without respect. Understand this. Boundaries are not about controlling what others do. They're about controlling what you do based on how others treat you. And once you master this, everything changes. Your energy shifts, your presence sharpens, and the way women respond to you transforms. In this video, I'm going to give you 5 powerful Stoic boundaries that will change how women perceive you, desire you, and treat you instantly. These aren't soft, feel-good tips. These are hard-earned truths used by high-value men who never have to raise their voice to be respected. And if you've ever felt like the more you give, the more she pulls away, stay with me until the end, because after this video, you won't just earn her respect, you'll command it. And the best part, you'll do it without saying a word. And real quick before we dive in, I've got something special for you. A free ebook, The Female Mind Control Handbook. It reveals the hidden psychology behind why women chase, obsess, and crave certain men. You can grab it right now. Link in the description or pinned comment. Don't miss it now. Let's talk boundaries. Boundary number 1, self-priority. You come first, always. If you're naturally agreeable, compassionate, or avoid conflict, you probably go along to get along. You don't like to ruffle feathers. You assume the best in others, and you're always trying to keep the peace. But here's the problem. Being too agreeable means you struggle to say no when it matters most. And here's what no really means. If you don't stop doing that, something you don't like will happen with 100% certainty. That's real self-respect. You want to know the moment a woman starts truly respecting you. It's when you show her that you're not afraid to choose yourself, even if it means losing her. Most men crumble right here. They fear losing the attention, the affection, the sex, the relationship, so they bend. They canceled their gym session to have a cuddle. They ditch their business goals because she needs me. They trade their discipline for comfort. And they tell themselves, I just didn't want to upset her. But here's the kicker. Every time you put her above your mission, she loses a little respect for you. She might smile. She might say, that's so sweet. But deep down, she's filing it under weakness, because women don't want to be your everything. They want to be part of your life, not your oxygen. You set this boundary by making it obvious you're the sun in your universe. You don't skip leg day for a late-night phone call. You don't rearrange your entire schedule to calm her insecurity, and you definitely don't let drama derail your momentum. You lead with calm, unshaken strength, and when the time comes, you say, I care about you, but I don't abandon myself to prove it. That's rare, that's powerful, that's magnetic, and the less she feels entitled to your time, the more she craves it. Boundary number 2, you don't play the reaction game. This is what separates boys from grounded, Stoic men. You don't let her emotions control your emotions. Listen closely, women. We'll test you emotionally, not to be cruel. Not because they're manipulative, but because on a deep subconscious level, they need to feel safe. And nothing makes a woman feel safer than a man who stays calm during a storm. She cries over a small disagreement. You stay grounded. She goes cold and distant for days. You don't chase, you observe. She raises her voice and throws emotional fire. You respond from control, not defense. Because the moment she realizes she cannot hijack your emotional state, she starts trusting you more than any man she's ever known. That's when she stops the games. That's when the chaos fades. And that's when the real intimacy begins. She respects the man who doesn't flinch. She trusts the man who stays calm under pressure, not the guy who matches her energy, not the guy who becomes her emotional dumping ground, the one who leads the storm, not the one who becomes it. You set this boundary with calm, clarity. You're allowed to feel what you feel, but I won't sacrifice my peace to match your panic. That's leadership, that's strength, that's what makes her lean in, not because you demanded her respect, but because you embodied it. Have you ever watched how fast emotional games dissolve the moment you stop playing along? Say this once and mean it. I don't entertain low-effort energy. Say it with conviction, and you'll be shocked at how quickly the confusion clears. Because here's the truth, most men spend years entertaining women who do the bare minimum. And why? Because they've been conditioned to crave attention, not real connection. If you want to shift how women perceive you, instantly start treating your time like it's the rarest currency on earth, because it is. If she takes 24 hours to reply to a simple message but expects an instant response from you, that's not balance, that's entitlement. And if she constantly flakes and then texts, hey stranger, when she's bored, understand this. She's not reconnecting, she's recycling. If she's only interested when you're pulling away and goes quiet the moment you become available, you need to ask yourself, is this interest or is it a test? Because here's the bottom line. You're not rude and you're not arrogant. You're simply no longer available for half-hearted effort. And here's the paradox. The moment you stop accepting low-effort energy, high-effort women start stepping up. It's not magic, it's psychology. You teach people how to treat you based on what you tolerate. So the next time you're hit with inconsistency or emotional confusion, don't argue, don't explain, don't beg, you disappear. Because nothing communicates self-respect louder than removing yourself from someone who doesn't value your presence. You're not desperate, you're discerning. And when a woman realizes that access to you is earned, not assumed, everything changes. Her words get more thoughtful. Her presence becomes more consistent. Why? Because a man who values his time is irresistible. He sends one signal with every action. I'm not for everyone. And that's exactly what makes me valuable. Now, let's talk about a boundary most men don't even realize they're allowed to have. Sexual integrity. You don't beg for intimacy. Ever notice how some women sleep with strangers they barely know but make their boyfriend wait? Here's the uncomfortable truth. Women don't respect men who make sex the goal. If your energy is screaming, please, want me, she feels that desperation and it repels her. But if your energy is calm, steady, observant, if it says, I'm evaluating you, everything shifts. She starts chasing your approval with her body. That's sexual integrity. You don't throw compliments hoping to earn touch. You don't do favors in exchange for affection. You don't make intimacy transactional. You treat your body like a temple, not a coupon. You're not hard to get. You're hard to earn. And when she understands that flirtation doesn't automatically earn access to you, she sees something rare. A man who isn't moved by looks alone. That triggers something ancient in her, a deep erotic desire to prove she's more than pretty, that she's worthy. Sexual boundaries aren't about holding back. They're about holding power. And when she feels that quiet restraint, she'll do things you never even asked for just to break through your calm. Now let's go deeper. The boundary of silence. You don't argue, you exit. The strongest men I've ever met don't raise their voices. They don't try to win arguments. They just leave. Not out of pride, but out of sovereignty. Because the moment a man starts arguing for his worth, he's already surrendered it. Here's what high-value silence looks like. She picks a fight just to get your attention, and you say, we'll talk when it's calm. She throws insults to provoke you, and you say nothing, you walk. She withholds affection to punish you, and you answer not with neediness, but with distance. No arguing, no explaining, no chasing. That's the difference. You maintain your dignity, even if it hurts, because silence is power. And power is magnetic. She might not say it out loud, but when you walk away without a word, her subconscious panics. Did I go too far? Why didn't he fight for me? Why does his silence feel heavier than my words? That's when it clicks. You're not like the rest. You're not ruled by emotion. You're not here to compete. You're here to lead. And if you can't lead, you leave. Understand this. Silence isn't weakness, it's sacred. And when a woman feels that calm, quiet strength, she recalibrates. She no longer tests the same boundaries. She starts to respect them. So here's what I want you to remember. And I want you to drop this in the comments if it resonates with your core. I'd rather lose her than lose myself. Say it again. Because it's time to stop begging for crumbs and start becoming the table. If this video just flipped a switch in you, hit that subscribe button, because this is the kind of mindset content they won't teach you in school or show you in the mainstream. This is for men ready to lead, not with ego, but with clarity, not with force, but with boundaries. The man who values his time, his body, and his peace. That man is irresistible. That man is you.